Hey, so today we're going to do something different. Instead of talking about what the number one rankers are doing and how difficult it is to beat the number one position in a specific city, what I'm going to cover is I just took a random law firm that is already ranking for a specific search term. So today I'm looking at Seattle divorce lawyers, Seattle family lawyers. I'm looking at someone that doesn't already rank at the top. And so this is the keyword, divorce lawyer Seattle. And gets a good amount of searches. And we have analyzed this before in our how difficult it is to rank for divorce lawyer in Seattle. Instead of analyzing the top ranker and what they are doing right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover what should someone do who's currently ranking even in the top 3 or not even on the first page. So they are at the bottom of the second page. I just picked this law firm here, wakefieldlegal.com. And I'm going to go through all the things I noticed with their site. So I'm basically do like a quick overview of what are the low-hanging opportunities for them, or how many new cases they would get on a monthly basis if they were to rank number one, or at least at the top of Google. And by the way, the number I can tell you right now, it's just a ballpark number based on the analysis I've done before. It would be at least 50 to 100 new cases every month if they were to rank number one, because there's just so much search volume. There's so much demand for people looking for family law and divorce law, child custody law, and all of these kinds of services in the Seattle area. And also just to answer how much would it earn them. So I told you 50 to 100 cases, this is a ballpark number. But from our previous analysis of the top ranker, if we looked at what's the customer value of how much is it worth to be sitting at top, conservative estimation was that you would get at least 250,000 in client value per month, in new client value from organic traffic, and around 3 million a year. Again, this is just ballpark estimations based on the average customer lifetime value, how many searches there are for relevant terms and so on. Thousands and thousands of searches. This is just how much you would capture if you were to rank number one. So the first question or the first answer, how much is it worth? It's worth around $250,000 per month or 3 million a year, just ranking number one. And once again, I do think this is conservative. So now what would they need to do? What will Wakefield need to do to actually get to number one, to beat the current top rankers? This is what I'm going to go through. And this is going to be quite high level. If you do have any specific questions, just leave a comment down below. But I'm going to get straight to it. Oh, and one more thing. We do these kinds of analyses for law firms, for family law firms. Just look, hit the first link in the description, fill out the short form, and we will do a similar analysis of your site. What you would need to do to rank number one in your specific city. These are limited because these take some time to do. But yeah, let's get straight to it. What would Wakefield need to do? And I'm going to send this video to them as well, in case they're interested. So the first thing I noticed was that Wakefield is a niche law firm. So they are only servicing, or they're targeting family law. So they have all these different family law services here: child custody, uncontested divorce, prenups, postnuptials, divorce, and so on. If you are a niche law firm or a niche business, you would need to use your homepage to rank for your most important keyword. And of course, that means that you would need to know what your most important keyword is. Of course, you would need to do some research. But in their case, like they already seem to know what it is. And they are using it here, trusted Seattle divorce lawyers. So this is the main keyword. They are using it on the homepage, but it's not ideally done. But yeah, this is a huge thing, because what we see happen, and they're also making this mistake here as well. Let me show you. So if we look at their meta title, so their meta title, this is the title that you see, like if you were to search up or look up divorce lawyers in Seattle, and if you scroll down to their listing, it would show you Seattle attorneys, Wakefield Legal. But if you were searching for family lawyers or divorce lawyers, you don't want to see Seattle attorneys. This is too generic. Like there are so many attorneys in Seattle. Like these guys are focused on family law and divorce law, so they should mention that in their meta title as well, so that the searcher would know, and also this will help you rank higher on Google as well. So you need to be highly specific about what your homepage is about. You can't always do that if you have a lot of different services and you want your homepage to be like a portal to all of your different services, and you don't have like a one main service. But in their case, the main service or the main head term for the service that they're offering is family law or divorce law. And Google can understand that they're basically the same thing, so they should use in their titles and their script description. So they are doing a great job with the description here. At Wakefield Legal are Seattle family law and divorce lawyers. So they are using it. So this is pretty well done. But yeah, like their homepage, they should laser focus their homepage towards the most important keyword, which is divorce law and family law. And once you do that, you also need to optimize your homepage. So if I look at their optimization score, like how well is their homepage optimized for the keyword divorce lawyer Seattle, which is the T keyword with the most searches. So this is the most important keyword for this particular city. And this varies between cities. So in some cities, you might need to use family lawyer, like family lawyer Seattle. But in some cities, it's in Seattle specifically, it's divorce lawyer has more searches. And Google can understand that they are basically like synonyms, or Google can understand that the same companies, if a law firm offers family law services, then they also offer divorce law services and vice versa. So they are the same in the eyes of Google. So Wakefield Legal right now has an optimization score of 50 out of 100, which is not bad, but it's not that hard to get from 50 to 70, 80, or 90, which is where we'd like our clients to be at. So yeah, like they would really need to optimize their homepage to rank higher. Right now, as I showed you, that they're sitting in the 12th position, which is not ideal. Like most people are not going to bother to scroll down to the 12th position in organic results. But that's the first thing. Focus your homepage. And this will also help you push you higher in the local pack, which is even more important. And you don't see these guys or girls, Wakefield, you don't see them in the local map pack here either, which is even more important than the organic ranking here. But yeah, the same thing. Focusing your homepage and then linking from your Google business profile to your homepage, which is then super optimized to the main keyword. This is the first thing, super important. Now, the second thing is they have multiple pages targeting the same keywords. So the homepage is targeting divorce lawyers. Then they also have another page targeting divorce lawyers, and they also have another page targeting family lawyers. So they have 3 different pages targeting the same group of keywords that should all be on one page, which is the home page. That's a huge mistake. So you see here, like they are linking, but they probably know a thing or two about SEO because first of all, like getting a score of 50 on Surfer SEO, this already tells me that they're probably doing some SEO already. Usually, like if you don't know anything about SEO, if you don't care at all, your score is going to be in the 30s, but they're doing some, and I also see some internal links here. This is also an indication of them paying attention to SEO, although it's not really paying off for them that well yet, but it's still something that they have been working on. They just need to alter the strategy a little bit. So if you see here, like they have a link to family law. So they're linking out to another page on their site, to a family law page. But this page is cannibalizing because, as I said, Google can understand that family law and divorce law are the same. If they're using their homepage to target this keyword, they're also using another page, this family law page, target the same keyword, and they also have another page, divorce law as well. Like you see here, they're also linking to a divorce page, which is a sub page of family law. So this is causing a lot of difficulties for Google to understand what's going on. Which page should I rank the highest for family law or divorce law queries? And because Google doesn't understand, none of these pages are going to reach their full potential. So the solution here is to take care of the cannibalization and basically just to combine all of those 3 pages. Removing cannibalization is a longer topic. This is what we put a lot of effort into when we're dealing with our clients. And if you want me to do another video, a dedicated video about how to remove cannibalization, let me know in the comments and I will do that. This is going to be a nerdy topic, but still this is rather important. This would be a huge driver of further success. If they clean this up, they will already move higher a few spots on Google. So this is a huge, huge factor. And also I saw a lot of additional cannibalization going on for them as well. Not just for the family law, for the main keywords, but for many other keywords as well. So let me show you what I mean. Now, if I go to Ahrefs, which is the SEO tool of choice for me and our agency, and if I look at all the keywords, all the organic keywords that they're ranking for, so this is just showing me, because I don't have access to the Google Search Console or Google Analytics, I have to use third-party tools. And with this tool, I have the best possible overview of all the keywords that these guys are, that they're ranking for. And from here, how I check cannibalization, and once again, cannibalization is when 2 or more pages are competing for the same keyword. None of them are going to achieve their full potential. So what I can do here is, if I just toggle on this multiple URLs only toggle button, I'm going to see all the keywords that have 2 or more URLs, 2 or more pages ranking or competing for the same keyword. So here, the first one here is Prenup Lawyer Seattle, and they're sitting in the 2nd position, but they have other pages competing. So they have prenuptials and postnuptials pages competing. So we would need to do some further digging here, but I would assume that they would be much better off by just simply combining these 2 pages into one, having a family law / pre and postnuptials page combined. That would, odds are this would perform much better. And if you don't know, if you're unsure, you can always see who's currently ranking number 1 and what are they doing. Because Google is playing with open cards, you can always see what's going on. And so is AI and LLM searches, but I'm going to get to that later. Fix the cannibalization, especially starting from the ones that are the highest importance. So you see here, Divorce Lawyer Seattle, which we mentioned before, is also showing up 450 searches for this particular search phrase. And they have 5 pages competing to rank for this. These are the ones I mentioned. So the homepage, the /divorce page, the /family law page. Now again, things I didn't even notice in the beginning. Dependency page, child custody page, uncontested divorce. So this is causing huge mess. And as you can see, each line represents a different URL. This is far from ideal. So this is something you would need to solve. They would need to fix cannibalization. And yes, it's going to take some time, but they don't have to do it all at once. They can just start from the most important keywords, go one by one, fix like, I don't know, 3 to 5 cannibalization issues per month. And then just in a year, this should all be taken care of, or even in 6 months, depending on how much time they're investing. And the next thing that I would recommend, or that we would do with this company if we were to run their SEO, is to Like we do this manually, but there's another way to do it is go to opportunities on Ahrefs here, and if you press on low hanging fruit keywords, this is going to show you all the keywords where you're ranking in positions between 4 to 15. And what the idea here is that this is where you're really close to ranking in the top 3, which is where most people are going to click, but you're not quite there yet. So all you need to do is just come in here, look at these keywords, figure out, is it important for the company or for you? And then starting from the ones that are the most important, these are the ones where you're really close. So you don't need to do that much. And the first thing to usually do is to optimize this page with a tool similar to Surfer SEO. You don't have to use Surfer SEO, but this is the best tool that we have found, the most useful, the easiest user experience. And what this tool helps you to do is just basically make this page better so that Google can understand the page better. And usually what you need to do, the main thing is Google wants to see your page to include certain terms, certain phrases that Google knows are relevant to. Like if you want to rank for family law or divorce lawyer, you need to also include these kinds of keywords for you to be the best possible resource for that on that particular topic. And an easy explanation is that I always like to bring is that, like, if Google has to determine which page to rank for top things to do in Italy, if Google sees 2 pages and one page is talking about visit Milan, visit Rome, visit Venice, then there's another page talking about all of the same things the first page was talking, but also talks about, you can go to Sicily, there's a volcano there that you can see. You could go to Lake Como, Lake Garda. You could go to Naples because pizza is told to be coming from there. So the second page has so much more information. So Google is almost always going to prefer or rank the second page higher because it contains more information that's relevant to that particular topic. And this is the same thing with these on-page optimizations. Google already has pretty good understanding of the topic, and it's looking for some specific terms to include for that page. So that's the on-page optimization part. This is the lowest hanging fruit thing that you can do to these keywords, to these pages here. So I would go in here, family law prenuptials. We would optimize this page. We would figure out what's the most important keyword and then optimize for it. Once the pages are optimized, then the second step is to build high quality backlinks to those pages. So if you look at the top rankers here, usually the top rankers either have the best possible optimization and or the most backlinks. So right now what I can see is Wakefield Legal is sitting behind Washington Family Law, and Washington Family Law has a higher DR, so the higher domain rating. The domain has more ranking power, has more backlinks overall to the entire domain, and they also have more backlinks to that particular page. So our hero, or Wakefield here, they don't have any backlinks going to this particular page, so that's the main gap. And you can see all the others here as well don't have this. These guys here have one backlink, but probably their optimization is off, so they're not ranking as well. But yeah, you just need more backlinks here to outrank the top position right now. And optimization is faster, it's cheaper. First take care of the optimization, the on-page optimization, and then take care of the backlinks. And that would usually get you to the first position. And then you just do it one by one, keyword by keyword. Start from the keywords that are the most important for you. So here in this case, prenuptial lawyer, divorce lawyer Seattle, of course, should be the most important keyword. Then move on from here. Because this is basically just figuring out your lowest hanging fruit opportunities and then just picking up those apples and just taking a hard and juicy bite from them to get to rank number 1. So the next thing is, which is super important, to rank in the local map pack, which is the map search that you see whenever you type in divorce lawyer Seattle. So this is what I mean. Divorce lawyer Seattle, these are the companies that show up in here. So in order to rank there, all the things I mentioned before are important, but there are some specific things that you can do to further boost the Google Map Pack rankings. And most of them I am covering in my family law firm ranking teardown videos, which you can see from our channel. These were the previous videos. But just to quickly cover what should Wakefield specifically do, the first thing is that they should add more images, because right now the images are decent, but I would recommend them to add more images of their actual lawyers, because they use a lot of stock images here. Just to add more images of their actual lawyers to build trust with the people, because even if someone just heard about your business from a friend, they're going to still look you up and try to figure out, like, is this a trustworthy company? And they're going to look at your images. And if you have a lot of stock images, this is not going to build a lot of trust. So instead, just add images of your actual team members, add images of the exterior, of the interior of your offices, people working there, your administrative people, whatever, just to build trust and to prepare the person to what to expect if they were to visit your office. And of course, the main thing here is to increase your positive reviews, five-star reviews. Ideally, you want to get to at least 4.5. And the review count is also important. Like, you just need to have at least as many as your top competitors have. And in Seattle, the top competitors have review counts in the hundreds. And a good trick here, I don't want to get into it. Like, we have specific strategies we use to help our clients get reviews, but one of the easiest hacks here is to just give a small bonus to your team members whenever they are able to get reviews from their clients. And this especially works with attorneys. You could also have a competition inside your company. Attorneys are really competitive by nature. So if you have a competition and you have a reward, like every month who got the most 5-star reviews from their clients gets like an iPhone or whatever is relevant or important to them. Anyway, this really helps. So that's one thing. Increase the amount of reviews and try to get the score up here as well. The main category, family law attorney in Seattle, is correct. So this is really well done. One more huge optimization that you could do is, if you were to submit Like Wakefield is a niche law firm. They're servicing the family law niche. I would highly recommend you to submit a DBA, doing business as, and change your Google Business profile name to Wakefield Family Law Firm or Wakefield Divorce Lawyer. Although family law firm sounds nicer and it's okay for Google. So if you have your main keyword in your business name here, this is going to give you a huge ranking advantage. So this is also one thing I would recommend. And then also in your reviews, I saw that you do have reviews, but you do not respond to your reviews, or they do not respond to the reviews. This is also a small mistake that I would recommend to fix. But also another thing here is that Google also shows Yelp reviews. You only right now have one Yelp review, and this is a 1-star review. So I would also encourage you to direct some of your clients to also leave you a review on Yelp as well, just to get this score up here as well, just to build some more trust. And this isn't like, you don't need to fix it overnight. It's just like a gradual compounding thing that I would really encourage you to work on. And even if you don't really care that much about SEO right now, it's still like a lot of people, like most law firms to this day, get most of their business from referrals. And even if you're relying on referrals, mostly like a lot of referrals, they will still look you up. If they see on Yelp you have a 1.1 out of 5 or Google score is 4.3, that might not build as much trust as they'd liked. And they might, even they got a referral from their friend, they might still go to someone else because their review count isn't as high. So you're probably losing some clients here. This company, Wakefield, is losing some clients here by having less than ideal review counts. So this is unfortunately what it takes to not just rank, but to build trust with people online. One more thing here is their topical authority. So if we look at their top pages, I see that they only have 27 pages and they don't really do blogging. And this is a missed opportunity for multiple reasons. So first of all, blog articles are going to build trust with your potential clients. So if someone has a question about their upcoming divorce, or they're looking to get a divorce, or they're looking to do a prenup, and if they have any questions, they would probably go to Google or to ask those questions. And if you don't have any content on them, then odds of your site being cited on or showing up on Google are slim to none. And I would say the odds are zero, realistically. And if your competitors does have the articles set up, does have some content on it, then they will probably get the clicks, get the recommendation from AI as well. So this is a missed opportunity. And what I usually recommend is to go topic by topic. So just take your most important service category. Even if the larger category is family law, you could go and, let's say, if divorces are your main thing or the biggest needle mover in terms of revenue and profit for your business, then you can just start from all the divorce-related questions. And you can also, like what we do for our clients is we mine, or we do a specific topical map analysis to figure out what are all the questions that people are asking surrounding divorce or the divorce topic related to law. And then we just figure these all out. We divide them into specific articles that you should create. And then we just start helping our clients, or we do content for our clients. So you don't need to, of course, hire us to do it, but like they could do it by themselves as well, as long as you know how to do it. And again, like if you have Ahrefs to use, you can also go to Content Cap tool. There's a tool on Ahrefs called Content Under Opportunities, and this is called Top Suggestions from Content Cap. And what it does is it automatically looks at your top competitors, and it looks at like what are they ranking for that you are not ranking for already. So there's this thing called Great Divorce, for example. They have competitors talking about great divorce meaning, and so on. And there's a lot of people looking for this type of thing. So the monthly search for them is in the thousands. But the keyword difficulty is green, so it's not that hard to rank for these kinds of keywords. Ahrefs gives us over 3,000 keyword recommendations, so you need to do some work here to figure out how to actually go about it. Not all of them need separate articles. You don't need 3,000 articles. Like usually you can aggregate 100 into one article. Topical authority will help you rank higher on the Google Map Pack. And if you look at our family law, like Google Map Pack ranking tear downs, then all the top, like these guys here, they're all dominating their respective cities. If you look at the topical authority here, the scores, like most of them have 4s or 5s, which is like a max 5 is a max score. There's only one outlier here with a score of 2, but they're doing other things well. So in Jacksonville, Florida, and that wasn't as competitive either. So most of them have high topical authority, meaning that they have a lot of blog articles covering the main questions that their target clients have about their topics. So this is a huge missed opportunity, and this is also going to help you with the AI rankings as well. And talking about AI, I'm not going to have time to get into this much today, but the main thing is just go to ChatGPT, which currently has over 81.5% market share. So this will get you the most amount of clients right now, because most people are using it. And go type in who is the best divorce lawyer in your city. In their case, it's Seattle. See who's listed here, and they unfortunately aren't listed. Then what you can do is go to the bottom and click on sources, and this will open up the sources here on the right. Then what you can do is just go one by one through these sources and try to get yourself listed here as well, if it's a listicle article. Like often you will find listicles here, or different websites aggregating different law firms, talking about different law firms in this area. And then just reach out to, this is what we also do. We have our link building team is going out and reaching out to these websites and trying to ask, if they're not a direct competitor, of course, but ask like, hey, what does it take for you to also include our client Wakefield Legal here? And usually it comes with a cost, but then it's up to us and the client to communicate, like, does it make sense? And then we can go from there. And also the other thing is Reddit, Quora, and some community forums where people are constantly asking, like you see here, somebody asking for divorce attorney recommendations in Shell. And what we do and what you should do as well is to just go and monitor these kinds of searches and just chime in or chip in and subtly, of course, you can't blatantly promote, but like naturally include a recommendation to your law firm so that both Redditors and also Google and AI will start to cite you more in the future. And also another thing that's really important is to have dedicated service pages for different things, for different services. So this is pretty much it for this video. These are all the things that I would recommend the Wakefield to act on, to take action on. The competition is quite fierce in Seattle. Like if we look at the rankings for the current top ranker in, they don't have 5 out of 5 across the board. Their score is still pretty decent. It's 36, which gets a medium difficulty, ranking difficulty. But then again, like considering how much it's worth to rank at the top, this is quite significant. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you got some ideas for your own law firm here. And if you'd like us to do an audit of your site and to do a similar audit of like what are the low-hanging fruit opportunities, what you should do, just check the first link in the description, fill out the 3 or 4 questions there, and we will get back to you if you have free spots for these analyses. So if you're interested, I recommend you to act fast because we don't have the time to analyze every law firm under the sun. Thank you. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day. Bye-bye.